Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? Yay! It's so wonderful to see you all here. My name is Leah Paley. I am the CEO of the Arundel County Food Bank, and we are so excited to have you all here today as we celebrate the launch of our mobile food pantry program. Before I get started in my remarks, I did want to give an introduction and say hello to a few special people who are with us this morning. Of course, you see I have the county executive up here who you're going to hear from in just a few minutes, but we have several other elected officials and dignitaries with us today in no particular order. I have Allison O'Brien here from Senator Don Giles' office, who represents this district. Delegate Sandy Bartlett is here with us this morning, as is hopefully Delegate Shanika Henson. I know she had said she was going to be here. Sorry if, yay, Beryl's here. All right, wonderful. And I do believe we have a representative from Delegate Stuart Schmidt's office as well. Thank you so much for being here. In addition, I have Edith Perry, who is the Chief of Staff for Delegate Jocelyn Pena-Melnick. Thank you for joining us. And we have County Council Chair Pete Smith, and former board member for the Food Bank. Thank you so much for joining us. Also have Council Member Allison Pickard here this morning. Thank you so much. And I have Brian Kemet here from Councilwoman Julie Hummer's office. Thank you so much. And in addition, we have several people representing the school board, and we have Superintendent Mark Bedell here with us this morning. Thank you, Dr. Bedell. As well as School Board President Joanna Tobin. Thank you, Ms. Tobin. As well as we have Board of Education member Dana Shalem. Hopefully I said that all. Sham, sorry, I tried. And we had also Board of Education member Michelle Corkdale, who is supposed to be with us this morning. Thank you, Michelle, if you're here. And Kathy Hollerback from the Public Libraries. Thank you, COO Kathy. And last but certainly not least, we have several members from M&T here this morning to celebrate with us. M&T is our lead sponsor for the mobile pantry. So I wanted to take a few minutes and, oh, I'm so sorry. The one I didn't write down but ran into Miss Gloria Dent here also from the school board. Thank you, Chairman Smith. Thank you, Gloria. So before we dive in and talk a little bit more about the mobile pantry, I just wanted to set the tone by talking about this organization and the work we've done hand in hand with our partners over the last 37 years to alleviate food insecurity in our county. This year alone, we averaged 48,000 points of service every month. That's 43% higher than it was in the year before the pandemic. The need is high. It remains high. And our neighbors continue to experience struggles as they go to the grocery store and pay that bill, as they pay their rents. And when we factor in the struggles with transportation, we are facing so many situations whereby our neighbors continue to need the food assistance that we offer every day in our community. Our organization believes that consistent access to nutritious, fresh food is a matter of equity and food justice, and that our neighbors deserve a dignified shopping experience where they can select the items that they want and need, that are culturally relevant to them, and that are fresh. Because food access is not equitable throughout our county, we recognize that we must prioritize the distribution of food in the communities where food access continues to be a challenge. And it's with these goals in mind that we sought and received funding that has allowed us to launch the mobile food pantry program here today. Our first 2 distribution locations are in South County. We are headed to Lothian and Harwood this afternoon. In collaboration with several community partners, some of whom are here today, we determined that these communities, which are considered low food access communities, were areas that needed our help. Having low food access means that there are a disproportionate number of residents in these communities living at least a mile or more from their supermarket, a local supermarket, and without transportation. In addition, these communities have higher than county averages of individuals who qualify and receive SNAP benefits, that Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. So we are so glad that we can take this unit and be in those communities today. And it's absolutely not a coincidence that we are launching this program during Hunger Action Month. Thank you to those of you wearing orange today, which is the color for Hunger Action Month, which is a month-long awareness campaign to bring about education and encourage action in the fight against food insecurity. And we're taking action to address food insecurity by launching this program here today. We are so excited to get this program off the ground. I just wanted to share a few stats. I've got to look down a little bit, but this vehicle that you see behind you is a brand new vehicle. It is customized. It's a 22-foot step vehicle, and we are thrilled to be able to offer our neighbors a client choice program whereby they are able to safely walk or using the ramp if there is a mobility issue to make their way on and select from the items that they want and need. There's refrigeration, there's freezer space, so we've loaded it up with fresh food and vegetables and lean protein so that our neighbors can select from these items. In addition, we have the opportunity to be able to do cooking demonstrations and encourage our neighbors to see what they're able to make with these items. There's so much more that this vehicle offers, and we're so grateful to be able to launch it. We are working very closely with our partners at the library system, as well as BWMC and the County Executive's Office, to identify additional locations so that we can be in more communities as we move forward. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Stuart Pittman, our County Executive, and one of our staunch supporters, to say a few words.
Well, happy National Hunger Action Month. I had a note on my schedule that said, wear orange this morning. And I looked in my closet, and somehow this looked kind of orange compared to everything else, but Renisha will have to take me orange shopping because Alfonso knows how to pick out orange. That's orange, very. But seriously, this pantry, this mobile pantry, is a huge step forward, I think, for the food bank. And I'm thrilled that it's going to South County to a couple of mobile home parks in the farthest south part of our county, where there has been some food distribution there, but not enough. So that is one of the food deserts. You wouldn't think so in agricultural land, but it's a food desert down there. We have others. And so this pantry will be able to get to places where we don't already have one of our, 75 partners that are operating connected to the food bank to get food into the hands of people who need it. And, I sometimes say that the pandemic taught us things that we should have already known, and they uncovered problems that already existed, but they became very clear. So during the pandemic, everybody saw those the lines at the food distribution sites, and all kinds of churches and nonprofit organizations and others organized to get food to folks. But we know that the problems were there before, and the problems are there now. It's really a question of how much money people have every month in their paychecks or in their Social Security or whatever it is, and then doing the math. And some people say, well, I don't see people going around hungry. It's really, you say all these numbers are there, but is that really possible? And sometimes folks aren't hungry yet, but folks are having to make decisions about whether to pay rent, whether or not to get their car fixed so they can get to work, whether or not their child can go to childcare or not. The math just doesn't work for pretty close to 35% of our population, believe it or not. The ALICE population, asset limited, income constrained, employed. I finally memorized that. It's a United Way number, and they say that 35% of Anne Arundel County residents are ALICE population living paycheck to paycheck. So if they work for the federal government and they close down, out of work, out of money in no time, in a month, during a pandemic, whatever it is. So folks aren't getting paid enough in their jobs. We like to think that the private sector will take care of it. The federal government, we like to think, will take care of it, but they're not. It's not enough. So we put our money into the Anne Arundel County Food Bank. And when folks have food, that saves them money that then they can pay rent or whatever it is for their kids. So the numbers have been increasing. The need has been increasing. The support from the county has been increasing. I think we're up to $6 million over the last few years with both some capital grants and other grants that's going directly into food. So I just can't, I cannot overstate how important it is to all of you who are here. It's wonderful to see everybody out here supporting this, to our administration. And we've got a hell of a team here at the food bank. And, you know, I'm going on and on. But the last thing I'll say is that on Friday for this month, my staff came here. And we had a ball putting food into backpacks that were going to the Head Start programs all over the county. And then we were so fast at doing that that they let us actually take the food that was in all these crates and sort it and check the expiration dates. And it was a great activity for our staff, but we got to see how this operation here works. And Leah and her team are unbelievably efficient, and they do so much with so little that we have to continue to support them. So please, for National Hunger Action Month, go out and do something, contribute, organize a group of people to do something, and let's make sure that our residents are fed. And I have a citation as well that is for the food bank. I'm congratulating you on helping to make Anne Arundel County the best place for all.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you, County Executive Stuart Pittman. We are so grateful for all of the funding, all of the support, and all of the backpack stuffing that you did last Friday. We couldn't do it without any of you here today. And I wanted to bring up another member of the team. Courtney Buniscus is here today, and Courtney is the Community Engagement Officer with the Office of Community Engagement and Constituent Affairs. And she was instrumental in helping us to identify the 2 locations that we'll be at today. So I wanted to give Courtney a moment to share some remarks.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. I'm going to say that again. Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. My name is Courtney Buniscus, and I'm happy to be here today representing as one of the community engagement officers in the Office of the County Executive. Thank you to Leah for your inspiring words to show the significance of food insecurity right here in Anne Arundel County. And she's right. What hasn't changed is the need for food within our local communities. And believe me, I see it. As the county executive stated, we are committed to serving when it comes to food insecurity within our county. Food is the fundamental asset that nourishes the human soul. Food is security. Food is the economy. Food is employment, energy, and history. Food is everything. Serving and working comes easy when your spirit and passion is being ignited and recognized. My passion burns bright because of the great support I receive. Speaking of support, I thank our wonderful County Executive, Stuart Pittman, and the CEO, Leah Paley, for recognizing my talents and strengths. By being and serving in the community, we can all continue to advocate for others when it comes to food insecurity within this county and even more. I just thank you all for being here today in support of the Mobile Food Pantry. Thank you to Leah and her wonderful staff for the acknowledgement and also their time as we discussed and explored with great lengths the benefits of the Mobile Food Pantry. I have to say, I am thrilled it's starting in South County. We are recognizing the immediate needs of Southern Anne Arundel County. In closing, try to remember, as the late Mother Teresa stated, if you can't feed 100 people, feed just one. Thank you.
Thank you, Courtney. We're so very grateful. We honestly could not have done this without you, and we're really looking forward to being down in South County later today with you there. Last, but certainly not least, I have the pleasure of introducing Moke Wolf, who is the Senior Vice President, Group Manager for Middle Market and Nonprofits at M&T Bank. I've had the pleasure of knowing Moke for a little over a year and a half, And from the start, he has been a true partner. He has helped us think strategically and supported our initiatives. He and his team, who are here today, have done so much to support the food bank over the last year and a half, and it is with great pleasure that I introduce him to say a few remarks.
Good morning, everyone. You heard a lot about the need in the county, and it's pretty profound. We know that from 2018 through the end of last year, the amount of food that the food bank delivered quintupled, and throw in a worldwide pandemic in that. You don't kind of get to serving those kinds of folks and doing that kind of business unless you are a leader, unless you have vision, and you also have strategy, and more importantly, that you're a partner. At M&T, just like a lot of individuals and other groups and organizations throughout the county, we can help and we want to help, but a lot of us just don't know where to start. This started for us with a conversation with Leah. A couple of years ago, we sat around in our leadership, we're not involved with the food bank, why not? And very quickly, we found a really strong partner, somebody with vision and leadership in Leah, and the team that she's built, Sarah and the board with Brian. It's a very engaged board, and you just don't kind of make a difference in this community without really strong partnerships. So for that, we are grateful that we have folks like the food bank that we can partner with to really make a difference in our community. It's something that's very, very important to us, as I know it is for you. So pick up the phone, call your partners. You can make a really big difference wherever you go. And Leah, we're just so grateful that you have embraced us the way that you have, and we look forward to being your partners for many, many years to come. Thank you.
So Moak was being very modest. He forgot one small detail, which is that M&T Bank has committed $100,000 over a 5-year period of time to support this project. Another round of applause. Thank you. It does take a village. Thank you, Moak. Thank you to all the M&T friends who are here today. We're so grateful for your support. There's just a few more people that I have to thank before we cut the ribbon and send this vehicle on its way. We have several of our friends from Arundel, Annapolis Community Emergency Response Team, better known as AAA CERT, who are here today. Bruce, DJ, and Roy, thank you for your work in keeping all of us safe, safely parking the vehicles. I really appreciate all that you do in answering our call to action. I would be remiss if I didn't thank our board members who are here today. We have 4 of them. If you can give a little wave. Thank you, Margot, Brian, Helene, and Lene, for your time and your passion, to the board's support as we made this vision a reality. I have to thank our staff, especially our Director of Programs, Kia, but before I give her kudos, everyone who you don't see out here today on our staff help make this possible. From starting to load the vehicle at 8 this morning, 3 deep in the vehicle, the humidity, the rain, people running back and forth throughout the building with pallet jacks, loading it up, our drivers who got all their runs done so they could be back here and safely move the vehicle out so I didn't have to pull it out because that would not have gone very well. So thank you to all of them. We are such an incredible team. I'm blessed to be part of it. Kia, wherever you are, she's probably in her car. Oh, no, she's not in her car yet. All right, so let's give Kia. Kia deserves so much of this. We actually asked her a question in her interview, like, okay, so say you had to plan a food pantry launch for our mobile pantry, what would you do? And she said exactly the right things, and I was like, how did she have the answer to this question already? And she made it happen. She hasn't even been here 3 months, and she took this and made it all possible. So thank you again, Kia. So glad to have you as a partner on our team. And now, the moment that we've all been waiting for, we're going to do a ceremonious placing of the last food items. Yes, Sarah has that in her hand. So if I can ask Moak and Courtney and the county executive to make your way down. And then we're going to do a ribbon cutting. And then we're going to send this vehicle to South County. 1,
1, 2, 3, mobile pantry.
Yes.
3, 2, 1.